Be me, 25, wage slave in the soul-sucking cubicle farm of doom. Office smells perpetually like microwaved fish and existential dread. HR tries to boost morale with forced team-building activities. Last week we did trust falls. Now Greg from accounting won't make eye contact with me. Enter Emma, new hire with turquoise hair, septum piercing, and a laugh that sounds like a broken squeaky toy. Boss assigns her to shadow me because, you know, you're both young and stuff. Emma immediately critiques my desktop wallpaper, aesthetic nightmare, bro, and my snacks, granola bars are peak depression fuel. First lunch together, Emma pulls out sushi she bought at a gas station. Live dangerously, anon, she says, slurping expired salmon nigiri loudly. I prefer living without food poisoning, I mumble, munching sadly on granola. You're so vanilla, she snorts, making me feel like an unseasoned chicken breast. Week passes, Emma casually reorganizes my files because the alphabet is oppressive. Spend 3 hours finding last month's reports because they're now sorted by a vibe. Confront Emma politely, hey Emma, I can't find anything. Emma rolls her eyes dramatically. Chill out, Captain Capitalism. You'll get your precious numbers back. Next day, find desk covered in glitter, sticky notes spelling out, sorry, grumpy cat. Boss walks by, sees my glitter-covered cubicle, nods approvingly. Nice to see team spirit, anon. My eye starts twitching uncontrollably. Decide to let it slide, hoping Emma will tire herself out like an overly caffeinated toddler. Spoiler, she does not. Emma joins Office Fantasy Football League without knowing anything about football. Drafts players based solely on attractiveness, hot QB equals victory vibes, anon. Somehow ends up undefeated, crushing Bob from sales who actually researches players religiously. Bob suspects I'm helping her cheat, corners me aggressively at water cooler. You're ruining the integrity of the game, anon, he shouts, spittle flying onto my shirt. Bob, I barely know how fantasy football works myself. Likely story, he huffs, storming away, leaving me smelling faintly of desperation and vending machine breath. Great, now Bob hates me and I'm not even playing. Emma appears, munching gas station sushi again. You're such a drama magnet, anon, she giggles through questionable tuna roll. Try deep breathing exercises recommended by therapists to avoid having meltdown in office kitchen. Speaking of therapist, even she seems concerned. This coworker of yours sounds challenging, therapist cautiously offers. You don't know the half of it, I sigh deeply, feeling emotionally drained. Her cat stares judgingly through the screen behind her, as if sensing my weakness. Ignore Mr. Whiskers, therapist advises, failing to notice her cat plotting my downfall. Back at office, HR announces mandatory karaoke night for Friday, attendance is compulsory and fun is mandatory. Emma volunteers me immediately, whispering loudly, it's time to unleash your inner diva, anon. Try to hide behind cubicle divider, fail miserably. Friday comes, karaoke bar smells like stale beer, disappointment, and questionable life choices. Emma drags me on stage to duet Total Eclipse of the Heart. She intentionally sings off-key and screams lyrics, making the whole office cheer ironically. I try to sing normally but voice cracks horrifically, sounding like pubescent frog mating calls. Someone uploads video to Office Slack titled, Anon and Emma's epic karaoke fail loudly crying face. Become office meme overnight. Monday arrives, Emma claims, we're famous, as she scrolls through endless reaction gifs of my humiliating performance. I'd prefer anonymity, I mutter, eyes burning from embarrassment and cheap fluorescent lighting. Boss approaches again, slaps my back jovially, keep it up, funny guy. Emma just smiles, we're basically viral influencers now. This isn't fame, Emma. This is workplace bullying set to music, I hiss desperately. She frowns theatrically, why are you allergic to fun, anon. Next week, Emma casually mentions she's applied us for the company's innovative collaboration initiative. It's a big honor, she insists. Turns out it's an unpaid weekend retreat involving sharing tents and discussing synergy with middle management. Arrive at campsite smelling of insect repellent, burnt marshmallows, and regret. Assigned tent with Emma who promptly reveals she's never been camping before. It's just like Coachella, right? Tent pitching disaster ensues, Emma tangles herself in ropes, giggling uncontrollably. Other co-workers silently judge from perfectly constructed tents. Anon, save me from this polyester prison. Emma cries dramatically. Maybe I'll just leave you there, I mumble, enjoying brief fantasy of quiet solitude. Emma hears me, gives exaggerated gasp, you're turning into villain origin story, anon. Spend entire weekend listening to Emma loudly wonder if squirrels can sense vibes, while trying not to murder anyone. Sunday arrives, retreat organizer announces, trust hike, to end weekend. Paired again with Emma, You two are so dynamic together. Blindfolded and led through woods, Emma supposed to guide me with words. Step over branch, anon, she calls cheerfully. Immediately trip and faceplant into mud, smell earthy humiliation. Sorry, left and right confuse me sometimes, Emma admits sheepishly. Of course they do. I groan through mouthful of leaves and sadness. Finally retreat ends, return home bruised, muddy, and emotionally defeated. Monday morning office email announces special promotion. Emma selected as Employee of the Month for demonstrating exceptional teamwork and creative spirit. Picture on company intranet of Emma posing with thumbs up, neon hair glowing triumphantly. I'm visible in background, covered in glitter and looking like PTSD poster child. Emma approaches my cubicle smugly. Couldn't have done it without you, anon. Glad my suffering served a purpose, I mutter sarcastically. Boss overhears, interprets incorrectly, great attitude, anon. Love your team first mindset. Emma winks mischievously, see, you secretly love being my sidekick. Later overhear Emma telling coworkers she thinks I'm secretly in love with her, he's just shy about it. Office whispers begin immediately, people glancing at me with knowing smirks. HR schedules relationship boundaries workshop specifically for our department. Therapist suggests maybe quitting, this environment sounds unhealthy, anon. I'm already updating resume. Therapist's cat nods approvingly from distance. Next morning boss announces surprise department restructuring. Emma promoted to team leader position, her fresh energy is exactly what we need. Emma immediately assigns me as her assistant and morale officer. You deserve the recognition, anon, she beams. Now I spend days arranging mandatory vibe checks and decorating cubicles with glitter, silently dying inside. Realize in despair that this nightmare is somehow my new normal. Karma finally strikes when Emma accidentally sends company-wide email detailing her fantasy football cheating. LOL Bob totally thought Anon was helping me, epic. Emma demoted instantly, now forced to share cubicle with Bob from sales. They argue daily about football stats and sushi smells. Finally free, but now entire office avoids me out of residual suspicion. Now universally ostracized by coworkers, therapist's cat remains my only supporter. Moral of the story, avoid sushi eating coworkers, karaoke nights, and anyone who claims alphabetization is oppressive. Still trapped in office purgatory, somehow lonelier than before Emma arrived. Send help please.